Hi again, everyone, and welcome to the Mercer County Football Show here on WBCB1490.com with Rich Fisher. I'm Mike Samso. Rich, you and I were talking about the opportunity last week for teams to make a statement. Ewing and Allentown did just that.
They sure did, Mike. I mean, in big ways. I mean, both of them. Allentown, holy moly. I mean, they came out and just destroyed Pemberton. And Ewing dominated Lawrence. I mean, that was supposed to be the game of the week, and Ewing took all the suspense out of it early and took a big lead, and their defense only gave up one touchdown when it counted, and another one scored 30 seconds to go. And Allentown is just really rolling on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, they certainly are. And you almost wonder if that game last week with Ewing, they were kind of caught looking ahead to Lawrence a little bit because of how well they played in their 49-21 victory.
Yeah, could be. I mean, we don't know. Willingboro could have a good team, too. You don't want to shortchange Willingboro, you know.
Right.
I mean, it's a different breed. It's a different, Burlington County, Mercer County is like apples on oranges a lot of times. So if a Burlington team wins, you can't, it's hard to say if a team was looking ahead or they just got beat by a better team, you know. I don't know.
Well, in that Ewing-Lawrence game, again, we mentioned Ewing 49, Lawrence 21. Tyquan Parker really set the pace, which he did in the Nottingham victory as well with a 77-yard kick for a touchdown.
Yeah, he's really lighting the fuse for them. I mean, 77 yards. Lawrence, to their credit, came right back and scored to make it 7-7. But then the Blue Devils responded. They came out with 28 straight points. And, Damian Doggett did what he did. He had 233 combined yards passing and running the ball. And, like we just said, Lawrence's offense really only scored one touch. They got a pick-six touchdown when it was still relatively a game, and then scored with 30 seconds to go. So Ewing made a statement, I think.
Yeah, they certainly did. And a good win on Friday night for Hamilton as well, as Hamilton was victorious over Hightstown by a final of 26-17.
Yeah, that was a good game. If you could take all the penalties out of the game. How about this for a stat, Mike? In the first quarter, there were 75 yards of penalties and 54 yards of offense.
Oh, hey there. I'm Sean Lerman, Program Director of 1490 WBCB. The reason for this cut is that what Rich Fisher just said would definitely be enough to get both him, Mike Samsel, and probably all of us here fired. So, we cut that part out. Enjoy the rest of the show.
And it was just a nightmare. And then things switched around. Johnny Andre got it going for Hightstown, but Hamilton, you got to give Hamilton credit. What a great job of overcoming their mistakes. They made a lot of mistakes. They dropped a touchdown pass. They gave up some big runs, 120 yards and penalties. And Christian Charles, this kid, he drops a touchdown, a wide open touchdown pass in the end zone, drops it. Same drive, comes back and catches the touchdown pass. And then, when they're still trailing, it's a 4th and 12 or something. He catches a first down pass to keep the drive going that leads to the eventual score. So Christian Charles really showed a lot of moxie in that game. And Reggie DeMonch had another big game on defense. And that was it. Once you got past that first quarter, it was a pretty entertaining game.
And in the 67-28 victory for Allentown over Pemberton, it pretty much became a two-player race for Mercer County Player of the Year.
Jordan and Winston? No.
Yes.
Yeah, no, probably Jordan and Doggett for sure.
Yeah.
Because, what more can you say? Jordan Winston, 450 yards of total offense. I mean, he rushes for 250, he passes for 200. 67-28, they beat a Pemberton team that was 3-1. And we said last week, Pemberton had not beaten a team with a winning record, so their record was a little, questionable. And Allentown just really took it to them. And Allentown, like we said, is really on a roll right now. So
when we come back here on the Mercer County Football Show, we'll take a look at the 12th Man Touchdown Club honorees and also give out our superlatives as well. It's the Mercer County Football Show here on WBCB1490.com.
Hello, this is Acting Mercer County Prosecutor Angelo Honorfree, and I hope you're enjoying today's game. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish all of our Mercer County teams the best of luck, and I would also like to urge parents to be involved in your children's activities. Urge them to participate in after-school activities, whether it's on the athletic field or in the school play or marching band. Participation in these programs is a great learning experience for your child. Parents, please stay involved. This is your Acting Mercer County Prosecutor Angelo Honorfree, and I hope you enjoyed today's game.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome back to the Mercer County Football Show here on WBCB1490.com. That's Rich Fisher. I'm Mike Samsolby. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's take a look at our superlatives this week. First, we'll start out with the 12th Man Touchdown Club honorees. The offensive back of the week, Campbell Garrett from Lawrenceville, 18 of 42. So he was slinging the ball quite a bit last week. 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 6 carries for 32 yards on the ground as well. Offensive lineman of the week, Taquan Tift for Trenton Central, who ran through Notre Dame in an impressive victory for the Tornadoes. Defensive back of the week was Reggie DeMonge from Hamilton West. And really, who else could it have been? 11 tackles, 7 solo, 3 for loss, caused a fumble, 3 pass breakups, and a sack and a half. Other than that, he also carried a fake punt for 25 yards and a first down, but kind of a quiet week for Reggie. Defensive lineman of the week, Nestor Santiago, the senior defensive end from Ewing. Nestor had 8 tackles, 2 for loss, and 1 sack in the win over Lawrence. And according to Drew Bessler, he's been the most disruptive and consistent defensive lineman this year for the Blue Devils, a team that has a pretty darn good disruptive defensive line. And the special teams player of the week was Jordan Morrison. We'll get to Jordan Winston later. Jordan Morrison had a huge day for Steiner. Returned a punt 54 yards for a touchdown. Kickoff return 86 yards for a touchdown. 73 yards receiving. 1 receiving touchdown to make it a total of 3 TDs on the day. He also was part of the secondary that shut down Princeton's passing game in Steiner's victory last week. So an impressive win for Jordan Morrison, an impressive win for Steiner, and an impressive week here in the 12th Man Touchdown Club. See, I'm not as smooth as everyone thinks. I'm just reading all of this.
And I printed it out.
Yeah, nobody thinks I'm smooth anyway.
It's a team effort.
Your team of the week, Rich Fisher.
My team of the week is going to be those Allentown Redbirds. It was a toss-up between Hamilton and Allentown. I'm going with Allentown just because of the complete and utter dominance against a team that has had some wins this year, and Allentown just the numbers they put up are staggering. And you had said last week, anytime you get 450 yards as a team, you're going to make it your team of the week. Well, great, one individual got 450 overall yards, so I'm going to take your theory and go with Allentown today.
There you go. And I promise I'm not a homer, but I'm going to take Ewing for the second time this year because that was an impressive win, especially coming off a loss. This was a good Lawrence team. I've had a couple people tell me behind the scenes that they think Lawrence is the most talented team in the county. And Ewing just came out and absolutely handled them, winning that game 49-21, a 4-touchdown win for Ewing. I thought Ewing had a good chance to win that game. I didn't think they had a chance to win it by 4 touchdowns.
No, I don't think anybody did. I just think that was going to be that was a surprise at how how one-sided that game turned out to be.
Your player of the week?
My player of the week, I'm going to go with that Christian Charles from Hamilton West. Christian had 4 catches for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. And like I said, he dropped a touchdown pass. That could crush a kid. He may not even want the ball thrown to him after that. He ends up catching the touchdown pass, and then even bigger, making that 4th down catch. Well, they were both big. And Christian Charles showed a lot of guts and a lot of mental toughness to come back and do that. So congratulations, Christian Charles.
I'm going to go with Jordan Winston. Congratulations on his effort. 262 yards rushing and a touchdown, 254 yards passing, and 4 touchdowns. So just fantastic day for Jordan Winston and their big 67-point effort. So I'm going to give it to the Allentown Redbirds quarterback, Jordan Winston, and we're going to give it to our sponsors. It's the Mercer County Football Show presented by St. Francis Medical Center, your heart hospital in the city of Trenton, and we'll be right back.
Merrill Reese, here to tell you about my good friends at Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. For outstanding sales and service, you can depend on the folks at Haldeman Ford Subaru for the best value on new and pre-owned Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, along with a great selection of value-priced new and pre-owned Subarus. And no one offers the service that Haldeman does in their huge, state-of-the-art service facility. Service so great that many area municipalities and commercial fleets get their service performed by Haldeman Ford Subaru. From Langhorne to Princeton, folks like you to commercial fleets trust the name Haldeman for sales and service. Haldeman Ford Subaru, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Advanced Heart Care, just a heartbeat away at St. Francis Medical Center. Mercer County's only cardiac surgery center. St. Francis Medical Center is Mercer County's only open heart surgery center, and St. Francis Medical Center has Mercer County's only electrophysiology lab. St. Francis Medical Center has one of the nation's most experienced teams in robotic and minimally invasive surgery at a nationally certified vascular lab. Advanced cardiovascular care that is convenient and easily accessible to anyone in Mercer, Bucks, or Burlington counties. Be well. St. Francis Medical Center, Hamilton Avenue in Trenton.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome back to the Mercer County Football Show, presented by the St. Francis Medical Center, your heart hospital in the city of Trenton, here on WBCB1490.com. That's Rich Fisher. I'm Mike Sampson. We thank you so much for joining us. Our game that we're going to start off with is the game we're going to have on the WBCB Sports Network this weekend over on 107.7 FM and 107.7thebronx.com. Coverage will begin at 6:45 with Wes Euler and this guy, as it'll be Nottingham taking on Notre Dame. And it was a tough loss for Notre Dame last week. A lot of people thought, hey, that might be a chance where Notre Dame might be able to get their first win of the season. They ended up losing 41-0. They're down this year, but that's a program we all know is going to be back.
Yeah, that's what a guy from Trenton High told me after the game. He came up to me and he said, "Boy, Notre Dame's really down." I said, "Yeah, it's a tough year." And he said, "They'll be back. They always are." And they're going through one of those years that programs have, where you're just young. You get wiped out. You lose a ton of great players, and you're wiped out by graduation. And now you're building back up, and you're going to have losses, I guess. Unfortunately for Notre Dame, they're getting 2 weeks in a row now where they're getting a similar opponent. Big, strong, physical, athletic teams. And, Trenton was like that, and Trenton exploited that every which way they could last week. And I'm sure Nottingham's going to try to do the same thing. Nottingham's coming off a 47 win over West Windsor South. Nottingham's really starting to play well. The freshman, Deontay Nicholson, I don't even think he played a half a game. He rushed for 159 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he's got over 360-some yards in the last 2 games. Notre Dame, the only thing you really hope for Notre Dame is maybe Cortez Williams get their running game going a little bit, and they hold the ball a little bit and keep Trenton's offense off the field. But it's just one of those things. This is just a tough time for Notre Dame, and they have to just hang their hat on little victories within the game, really. And Nottingham has to keep its focus, because Nottingham is now playing. They had a 1-win team last week and a winless team this week. So Nottingham's got to maintain focus. They can't start feeling too good about themselves.
Sure, and that's game again we'll have for you on the WBCB Sports Network over on 107.7 FM and 107.7thebronx.com beginning at 6:45. Another good game on Friday night. Steiner 2-2, Hopewell 1-4 on the season. Hopewell looking to get back on track, maybe get a win, and Steiner looking to improve themselves, getting toward the playoffs.
Well, Steiner's, I don't know if it's a school record for points, but Steiner scored a 55-18 win over Princeton. And let me tell you something, the Spartans are a deceiving 2-2 right now, because they could very easily be 4-0. They blew a late lead to Lawrence in the last 3 minutes, and they blew a 15-point lead to Pemberton. And they made sure they weren't going to blow this lead on Saturday. I mean, they went up 48-0 at halftime, and the coach's creed is you can do whatever you want up till halftime. Then you come take their foot off the gas. Now they got another touchdown, but that just happened because Jordan Morrison ran the kickoff back 87 yards.
Right.
You can't tell them to just stop and fall down. And then they didn't score after that. Hopewell's coming off a 35-7 loss to Burlington Township, another good team. Elijah Blue Wilmot had another big game for the Bulldogs, 140 yards, and even though they've been rebuilding, they found another running back to keep in with that whole big chain of good running backs that they've had. So yeah. Elijah Blue Wilmot is something to build around the coming years, along with Jack Demoreski, the quarterback, who's only a junior.
Good game coming up. Burlington Township, Ewing, each team 4-1. This game will be played Friday night at Ewing.
Yep, and as we mentioned, Steiner's record is deceiving. Ewing's 4. These teams are both 4-1. Ewing's 4-1 record is not. Ewing's schedule, they have just faced one tough foe after another. This is the 5th straight game against a team with a winning record that they have. Oof. They've won 3 of the 4, and the 3 teams they've beaten, Mike, have a combined record of 11-4.
Wow.
So this could be the toughest one yet, though. Burlington Township is the real deal. Drew Price is a tough runner. Justin Johnson is a big play receiver. Ewing's defense did a great job against Lawrence. They're going to have to come back and do it again. This could be, if not the game of the week, the game of the week 1A.
Right. Yeah, this could be a really good one on Friday night. Another game on Friday night. It's Robbinsville taking on Lindenwold. Never even heard of them.
Yeah, well, they're a South Jersey team. They're one of those South Jersey teams.
I didn't make up that team this week. That's a real thing.
It is Lindenwold, yes. The Ravens coming off a 38-0 loss to Cinnaminson. As we mentioned last week, Cinnaminson's a great program. They just really got it going. They're undefeated now. Big plays killed Robbinsville. 3 touchdown runs of 32 yards or more, and they only got 127 yards of offense. They're beating a Lions team that's a little better than their record. Lindenwold's beaten Bordentown, which beat Robbinsville, and their 3 losses are by 6.3 points per game. So they haven't lost a game by more than a touchdown. So they played some tight games.
Another one on Friday night, Lawrence at West Windsor, Plainsboro North. This one should be a fun game and most likely a long game.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I mean, Lawrence is 4-1, West Windsor North's 3-2. This could be the game of the week. It's a tough stretch for Lawrence. They have to bounce back from an emotional loss to Ewing, their first loss of the year, and they're coming against a North team that's playing really well. West Windsor's beaten the teams that it should beat, Mike. It hasn't had any letdowns against the teams it shouldn't beat. Last week it took an 18-0 lead and just cruised to an 18-8 win over Northern Burlington. They played Nottingham tough until they just got worn down. John Owens is just playing really great defensively, and he caught a 26-yard touchdown pass from Brian Murphy. So this is a big test for Lawrence to see how it can bounce back from its first adversity of the year.
Yeah, and Lawrence is bouncing back from their first adversity, and on the other side for West Windsor Plainsboro North, 3-2, like you said, they've beaten the teams they should beat. They've lost to the teams that most kind of expected them to lose to.
Right.
West Windsor Plainsboro North, you don't want to overuse the term statement game, but this is a chance for West Windsor Plainsboro North to say, oh no, we're pretty good this year.
That's exactly right, Mike. I mean, and I think a key for West Windsor North is always going to be the amount of bodies that the other team is throwing at them, because they don't get out talented. They just get outmanned because their whole sideline goes from I've watched the Steiner game or the Nottingham game, and Nottingham's players went from like 120-yard line to the other on the sideline.
Right.
And West Windsor North went from like a 40 on one side to a 45-yard line on the other side. It's just they just wear down, but they're tough, gutsy kids. I mean, you kind of root for them. I'm not saying Lawrence, I'm rooting for them.
Sure.
You like to see kids like that, show themselves well.
West Windsor South and Princeton, both 1-4. They face off on Friday night as well.
Yeah, now here's 2 teams that both welcome this game. Both 1-4. I'm sure they both think they have a shot. Princeton obviously was victimized by all 3 phases of the game and by Steiner last week, and South just couldn't handle Nottingham's speed and athleticism. Pirates are going to need to watch out for Vince Duran and Jacob Green. That's a pretty good passing connection. And Princeton will focus on Zion Cooper, who's been a pretty good running back for the Pirates this year.
Hightstown 0-5, Morristown 2-3. Hightstown looking to score their first win of the season.
Yeah, the Quakers aren't the same power that they were in the past, but they're still a tough team for Burlington County. One thing about Hightstown that was really impressive this week is Johnny Andre went on 2 monster runs, 49 yards and 76 yards on 2 consecutive touches. Yeah. So, he added a lot of excitement to the Rams last week, but Hamilton made some adjustments and shut him down from that point. He only got a few yards after, not even, he went minus yardage after that.
Right.
But, Andre's a threat whenever he touches the ball if you can give him a crack.
And believe it or not, there's only one Saturday afternoon game in Mercer County this week. We have it for you on the WBCB Sports Network. You can watch it live on our website, WBCB1490.com, or you can hear the play-by-play on 1490 AM. Northern Burlington, 0-5, travels up to Hamilton to take on Hamilton West.
Yeah, Hamilton's coming in with a little bit of momentum right now. They got that win over Hightstown. They're trying to win consecutive games for the first time this season. They're also trying to get their first home win. They're 0-2 at home, and they're 0-2 on Saturday. So they could do a whole lot of things for the first time with a win. Northern Burlington is winless. They've been struggling. But I'll tell you what, if Hamilton commits 120 yards and penalties again like they did last week, Northern could make them pay for that. Hamilton has to clean that up, or it's just not going to work. So that's about it for our games, Mike. I can let you read the byes there if you'd like.
Yeah, 2 teams have a bye, Allentown and Trenton, 2 teams that probably don't even want to bye after how well they played this past weekend.
That's what I wrote.
Yeah, that's what you wrote. I looked over for you for comment, and he was getting his Dunkin' Donuts.
No, I can't add anything more. You wrote you said what I wrote. They played great. They probably want to come right out and play again.
Do you have a sponsorship by Dunkin' Donuts that we don't know about? Like if you download the Dunkin' Donuts app and put in the code FISH, you'll get 20% off a coffee or something like that?
I wish I could say no. It's just first place I pass on the way here, so I zip in, get my coffee, and zip out. If I was passing the 7-Eleven, I'd get it there. I'm not fussy.
All right, well, one sponsor we do have is the St. Francis Medical Center. They're your heart hospital in the city of Trenton. And that'll do it for this week's edition. That's Rich Fisher. I'm Mike Samsel. We'll see you next time here on the Mercer County Football Show.